Hey. Welcome back. Eric Arnold here in the Sports Barn, the MLB barn, on this Thursday, the 21st of April, on the 2022 year of our Lord. Sound check. I don't want to have to reshoot the video here. Yep, well, everything looks to be all systems go. All systems go. We had two winners yesterday. You're welcome. I didn't play them. I told you about them, but of course I went, no, I don't want to play. And of course they won. So, if you tailed me yesterday, hooray for you. You're welcome. Louis had a winner out in Seattle late night. So a 3-0 day for the Sports Barn and its acknowledged affiliates. So hooray for us. I was trying to get back on the straight and narrow. April's always a tough month, at least for me. So, I am anticipating better days. But I had a quick story here. Not a political story, just something that happened last night. I joined the Rifton Fire Company. We're starting to branch out, economize here in the Biden economy, trying to cut back everywhere we can. And for you young people, VFWs, American Legions, fire companies have cheaper beer than public bars, especially now where you're looking $3 for a light or Coors Light draft. It's like $3. I mean, come on now. So yeah, if you drink good volume like I do, you need cheaper beer. You gotta start cutting back some places. So my wife's uncle got us into the fire company. So we're meeting some new people there, and this is all good. Well, the one fella that I've just met this guy, tells me, well, I'm going to have a hip replacement. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. This jogged something in my mind. A good friend of mine has had a hip replacement in the past, say, 5 years, and it was a disaster. And it was done by a local surgeon. And I'm just thinking, what are the chances? It's the same guy. So I couldn't help myself. I asked him, I said, well, who's the guy that's doing the surgery? And he said, Dr. Riviera, not his real name. That's a Simpsons character. Nick, Dr. Nick Riviera. It's like the Simpsons prototypical bad doctor. Dr. Nick, paging Dr. Nick. So he says, well, Dr. Riviera is doing the surgery. And that's the exact same guy that did my buddy's surgery and screwed it up like you cannot believe. 3 years of surgeries and resurgeries. He's had 3 touch-up surgeries. He still can't walk right. He's got a multi-million-dollar lawsuit going against this doctor. So in my mind, I'm like, and now I'm thinking, what do I do here? I just met this guy. He seems like a nice enough guy. And it sounded like he's going to have the surgery pretty soon. I heard every third word he was saying, so I was pretty sure he's going to have this surgery pretty soon. So I just wished him good luck and said nothing. That's what I did. I just thought, you know what? I just don't know this guy very well. And to tell him my buddy's tale of woe, all it's going to do is make him nervous. And he's still going to probably use Dr. Nick anyway, just because, he doesn't know me from Adam. Hey, some guy in a bar told me that you suck. What? That's ridiculous, Dr. Nick would say. I am the best. Well, Dr. Nick is not the best. Dr. Nick sucks. I've heard my buddy's stories enough in detail to know Dr. Nick stinks. But where else is this guy going to go to get his hip replaced, I guess. So I thought it'll probably be all right. Dr. Nick must get one or two correct. He can't screw them all up, right? Otherwise, he'd be in jail, wouldn't he? So that's how I played that. I'm just curious what you think of that. What would you have done? Would you have said, hey, listen now, Dr. Nick is a bad doctor. You're going to get injured. I thought that all that's going to do is make this guy nervous. All that's going to do is put negative thoughts in this guy's head. And, sometimes that sort of thing becomes reality. You think bad thoughts, bad things happen. So I thought, I'll just say nothing here. He doesn't need to know this. He doesn't need to know this is close to a surgery date, and I'm not going to tell him. So I'm curious, if you would have said, yeah, you need to know about Dr. Nick. I'm just curious if, somebody posts comments like Bruce Franklin or somebody, what they think of that. All right, let's get to the picks. What we got? 4 picks. We got 4 picks here for you. I should have told you right at the top of the show, but I forced you to hear my Dr. Nick story first. All right, so if you did listen to the Dr. Nick story, you're rewarded now with, I lie, 3 picks. One got tossed. Yeah, all right. The Giants were on the list. They got tossed. They get tossed, subscriber F, my Mets fan. He thought yesterday's Giants pick was a loser. He was sure of that. Well, I got one. One for the barn. We had that one. But we're not going to take the Giants today. That one just feels like that one could go either way. So we're going to leave that one alone. What we do like in the mid-afternoon are the Oakland Athletics. This one feels pretty solid to me. This one actually, I can explain this one and have it make some sense. Baltimore won could go either way game last night. Nobody hit. Pitching was great. Excuse me. But now it's getaway day. And Baltimore's heading down the coast, I believe, to Los Angeles. So, but the A's are staying put. They're going to be home for the weekend. So the Orioles got to pack all their shit up. I think this is the first road trip. Well, I'm not sure what it is. It's still early in the year, so these road trips are still relatively new to these guys. And the Orioles have a lot of young players, so the routine is still probably new. So they got to pack all their shit up and head down the coast to L.A. Short turnaround. They just played last night. I just think that the Orioles are just happy to have won the game last night, and we got our game in Oakland. Now let's just get out of here and continue the road trip. Plus Oakland's always a difficult place to play. Always a difficult place to play. Oakland's a good home team. It's hard to see the ball for God knows what reason. They have a high sky there. Huge foul territory. It's one of these places it's almost like Coors Field. The A's have a distinct advantage playing in that weirdo stadium. I don't know why they're in such a rush to get out of there. They have an advantage there, but I guess, money talks and whatever. So we're not laying a hateful price here, against the bad Orioles. And the Orioles are bad. So, yeah, not laying a hateful number here. Yeah, we'll take the A's. Take them all day. This one's kind of a hunch. I guess having won a couple games here, now I feel loose enough to play a hunch. A little bit out of the model. A little on the side of the model. But the Cardinals own the Marlins for whatever reason. It may just simply break down to the Cardinals are a good organization, the Marlins are a bad organization. And I've told you people again and again and again, that is one of the keys of baseball is what is your front office like? What is your management like? What is your ownership like? The Marlins have shitty ownership. Why do you think Derek Jeter walked away from his ownership role with the Marlins? Because he knows they don't give a fuck about winning. They don't care. They just simply do not care if they win or lose. Just so they have a number with a plus on the front of it on the bottom line at the end of the year. That's the only thing they give a shit about as far as making money. They could give a shit what their win-loss record is. Well, the Cardinals want to win games, and they've always been very successful at winning games. So the Cardinals own the Marlins. As Casey Stengel says, you can look it up. They've already won 2 games down there in this 3-game set. I wasn't comfortable enough to play them. I'm kicking myself now. Now here I come, Johnny come lately, trying to get the sweep. Why not? We might as well. I think the recap or the preview said they've won 9 straight against the Marlins, something like that. They're throwing Hicks. He's a bullpen guy, which apparently now the plan is they're going to stretch him out and make him a starter, that he's not just going to be an opener. He might open, it might be an open-ish kind of game today where he throws 2 innings rather than 5. Whatever. I love those bullpen games. I think that you get value in those bullpen games because I think it's hard to score runs where you don't get to see the same pitcher more than once in an at-bat. It's like, okay, that guy struck me out on a curveball, but he won't do that again. You're right, he won't, because you're not going to see that guy again. Now there's some totally new guy up there that you got to figure out. Each at-bat's a new pitcher. I think that's tough. So we like the bullpen setup for the Cardinals today. Hicks is a good pitcher. I think he's going to be fine in his role as a starter. I like the Cardinals' idea there in that you got a good young live arm in the bullpen. He's wasted there. You're throwing him 60 innings in a season. You're not getting nearly as much value out of the guy as you should. Stretch him out. Have him throw 94, 95 with movement rather than trying to blow everyone away with 102. And you're going to get more value out of the guy. So we're going to go ahead there with the Cardinals. Again, we're getting paid. Look at this. It's a 50-50 game. The number I see at the moment is 110. We're getting paid to play the Cardinals. They're a much better team than the Marlins. So we like that. And lastly, we're going to take a shot here. This is a model special. I'm not crazy about it. But we're going to take the Rangers at Seattle. My marathon theory, remember, we're all packed. We got to keep the pack together. And the Rangers starting to, go up the track a little bit. They need to kick it in and get a game or 2 before they're completely buried. So I think they're going to play hard and probably well tonight. That's the thinking. They have played okay up there in Seattle in the past. Divisional opponents are generally closer as far as they play each other so often that you don't really have these lopsided, one-sided things in a division too often. So we're getting, I'm going to wait to play that just because I can't imagine anyone's on the Rangers tonight. So I think that number will go up. Yeah, that's pretty much thinking there. Good. Very good. All right. What else is going on? Nothing. Well, that's all we have for you here on this Thursday. So, hey, hit the like button. We're going to have more MLB action for you. We'll try to, today's Thursday, so we'll probably have a video for you at least Friday. And then the weekend's always, hit or miss. I have an engagement. Wow, it's going to be a busy weekend, so I can see that right now. So videos over the weekend, maybe not. Leaning towards not. At any rate, appreciate you. Thanks. I believe in free speech, and we'll talk again.